蒙特利公园市位于东洛杉矶，坐落在圣盖博谷帝王山脚下，占地7.73平方英里，具有近1个世纪的历史传承及现代化企业、邻居、民众及社区。初到美国的华人也许不知道比弗利山庄，却无人不知蒙特利公园。这里是全美第一个亚裔人口比例超过半数以上的城市，是全美最多元化的城市之一，是协助新老移民经过努力实现美国梦的城市。陈赞新出生在香港一个中产阶级家庭，虽然当时香港的经济状况并不稳定，但他还是受到了很良好的教育。后移居美国，就读于威斯康星大学。成长的岁月虽无忧无虑，但他也体会到了生活的不易。
And in the 50s and 60s, Hong Kong is still relatively poor. So, and I grew up not in a wealthy area, but I went to a very good school. It's La Salle College, which is, I started in the elementary school and came to high school and then graduated there and then came over to University of Wisconsin. So my youth, I spent like a lot of times in Hong Kong, and I enjoyed that very much because that's the most happy time of my life, and no worries, just study and do sports, and so that's how I grew up in. And because of the place that I live at is not that wealthy, and there's a lot of gangsters, a lot of bad things going on in that area, so I kind of familiar with what's going on, so it's not just knowing the good stuff, but also know the bad stuff.
美国的大学生活使陈赞新学习并且成长着，同学之间的竞争更使他逐渐强大起来。大学毕业后，陈赞新来到洛杉矶，开始了他新的生活。
After University of Wisconsin, I came down to Los Angeles area and worked for an accounting firm. My major is business administration, so I study a lot of accountings and law and stuff. And then I worked for the accounting firm for 3 years, learned the experience, got enough know about what's going on in the trade and profession. Then I started my own company. And at the time is maybe is one of the biggest opportunity that I encountered with, is that at that time in the late 70s, there's the refugees from Vietnam. They came over to United States, and in early 80s, they started to doing business, and so they have to find some good accountants and take care of their books and take care of the tax returns. And even until now, we are still friends. It's not just based on trade or profession, but we become personal friends too. And that gave me a lot of experience. And one thing led to another. Then I get into all kinds of areas. It's not just in business, but also started the political, because with so many people that I know, they have so many other problems and questions, and getting into the American way of life. So that's how I got the experience from them, from my clients, and enrich myself.
从财务工作到建立自己的公司，陈赞新在工作中获得了很多宝贵的经验和阅历，这些也促使他一步步走上了政治的道路。
And the first time I get into politics in Monterey Park is in the, I think it's around 84, 85. And in the city, they passed an ordinance, or tried to pass an ordinance, to put English as the official language. And at that time, because of the immigrants coming into Monterey Park, and so the signs in the business areas became Chinese. And so the residents at that time didn't like it that much. So there was a racial discrimination undertone in that change of the ordinance that put English as an official language. I have to come up to oppose it, not oppose English itself, but oppose the undertone of the racial discrimination. And that's the first time I get into Monterey Park politics. That ordinance was passed, and it was in the books for a few months to half a year. But finally, under pressure from the residents and from other sources, it was repealed. And so we have the first victory, so to speak, in politics. And that is important because with that experience, then I know in America, you can do something, although you're an underdog, although you have not much advantage and the other side is so strong and big. But so long you keep on doing it, and with the Constitution under everyone's foundation, and it's a good thing that we can do whatever we need to do to make it good for one race, for one type of people or religion or anything at all.
在崇尚平等、民主、自由的美国，华裔在政治界的形势依然严峻。作为蒙特利公园市市长，陈赞新任重而道远。而一人之力终究是微薄的，他希望华人都能在政治上积极起来，为自己的族裔争取更多的福利。
Chinese in American politics is still in a very early stage. If you say, or if I say there is no discrimination in America, it's not a true reflection of what's going on. But as minority in this country, we still have a long way to go. The problem with the Chinese American in American politics is that, first of all, we don't have that many voters. They don't want to register to vote for whatever reasons, or personal reasons, or they're scared of politics or scared of the parties. Those are the personal problems, first of all. And even they became a voter, when it's time to vote, they stayed at home. And that is a big problem. So we cannot keep on doing this forever. If we want to succeed in politics or in business, in some of the fields, we need to be politically strong. If you say, business, I just want to have a good living. I just want to stay away from politics. Politics is dirty. Politics is not for me. Those are not correct thinkings, because politics can affect everyone, can affect your daily lives. Just like, for example, the entry to the universities, they can set up roadblocks, they can set up preferences, they can set up different kinds of stuff so that Chinese American high school students may not be able to go to those prestige universities. All these are politics.
陈赞新的从政之路并非一帆风顺，他也经历了很多的挫折和失败，但这些都没有使他退缩。他依然秉着坚定的政治理念，不断地提高完善自己，不断地努力着。
I've been running for an elected position for some time. Actually starts in the 90s. I started my first election as the council member in the city of Monterey Park. And of course I lost. And actually I lost 3 times before. This is the 4th time, and finally I got succeeded. So getting to be an elected official is not easy. It's very difficult. But chances are there, opportunities are there. And if you keep on doing it, if you believe in yourself, you will make it one day, just like me. And with my experience in losing, I actually will become a better person myself, have the experience, and I know how to deal with people, how to deal with the circumstances come up. And so I'm better in handling the tough situations. And that experience only comes from losing. Don't be afraid to lose. And failures, I can say, will be with us all the time. Opportunity only comes a few times in your life. So be prepared and seize the opportunity and do well.
在当选蒙特利公园市市长之后，为了使这座城市更好的发展，陈赞新做了很多。逐渐的，蒙特利公园已经成为一个整体向上发展的城市。
When I first elected into the City Council in 2013, City of Monterey Park is kind of not in popular order because other than we have a split council from before, and also the departments, they were not working together. So when I first see it, then I talk to the city manager, talk to the other department heads and so forth, and try to find out what's going on. And when I finally understand the situation in the city, then I know that the main thing that I need to do is to unite the city together. And that is not an easy job, but I did it. And so all the departments work together, and we have a full team. And that is, I think, the biggest achievement that make Monterey Park the way it is today.
陈赞新希望能尽自己最大的努力，使蒙特利公园市越来越好，使居民们能够安居乐业，感受到生活在这里是幸福快乐的。
At this time, the main thing I want to do in the next few years or so, during my term, or maybe the next term, is I'm responsible for the city and for all the residents in the city. I want to do the best that I can to make everyone have a quality of life, be safe in the city, and be very steady. And the city, as I said, since I got elected 2.5 years ago, once I united the city together, and so we have a few new developments coming to the city. Some commercial shopping centers and some new hotels coming in. And right now, it's in the stage of construction and demolition and beginning work to lay the foundation. So in 2 or 3 years later, we will see a few new hotels, a big regional shopping center in the city of Monterey Park. And that will have enough revenue for public safety to hire enough police personnel, fire personnel, and the other department staff to give good service to the whole city of Monterey Park. As of now, the city of Monterey Park has been operating in a balanced budget, and we have over $20 million in surplus. So we're in good hands so far, but there's still a lot to do, a lot of things to make daily lives of all our residents be better and safer.
蒙特利公园市的未来将是非常美好的。这个以亚裔为主的城市将会有更好的环境、设施和机会，也将成为更多人梦想的家园。
The future of Monterey Park should be pretty good. With the developments coming in the next 2 or 3 years, we will have enough fundings to fix all the roads, the sewer system, the water mains, and we can tackle the traffic problems because right now with the developments in BC, traffic is tough. And Monterey Park is kind of unique. We have a lot of people walking. Pedestrian traffic is very important. So we have passed a master bike plan around the city, and eventually it will link up with other cities. So mass transportation and riding bike, not just for recreation purpose, but to do errands and going around the city, it is the future of Monterey Park and other cities too. So we are in a transition stage. And the younger people, the millennials, they may work at home. They don't want to stay in a big house. They want to live in a loft, in an apartment near downtown. Those are the things that we can see Monterey Park will transform into in the near future. And of course, education is very important. That's why we support the local schools. We support our library in the city. And the library has a lot of programs. And I wish all the residents can come to use the library, read some books, participate in the different programs, learn English, and use the library. It's free for everyone. So the future of Monterey Park, I can see, is very good.
健康的体魄和美满幸福的家庭一直支持着陈赞新去努力的工作。他也希望他的市民们生活得越来越健康，越来越快乐。未来的岁月里，愿越来越多的华裔面孔出现在蒙特利公园市的政治舞台上，共同创造华裔群体在美国更美好的生活。
For me personally, I like to play. I like sports. Like in high school in Hong Kong, I'm a school team swimmer. I do the competition swimming. And so until now, I'm still swimming at least 1,000 meters a week. And actually last night, I swam my 1,000 meters. So, and I played soccer before. Of course, now I'm too old to play that. And I became a referee in soccer. And so I do the AYSO game. That's American Youth Soccer Organization. It's a nationwide organization, non-profit, and help the kids and youth to play soccer. And I'm the volunteer referee. And I've been doing it for over, 13, 14 years now. And so I'm like jogging, walking. So the main thing is to be in a healthy body, and that's important. If you're healthy, then you can work harder. You have more time instead of spending time visit the doctors or spend time in hospital. You just go out to the swimming pool or to the field, to the parks, jog, run, swim, do whatever you want, and make you physically fit. And I think that's the best. And I will keep on doing it. And of course, family is the most important. And me and my wife are, wedded for close to 40 years, I think. And we have 2 sons, and they're working. They finished college and they're working, so we are pretty good. And they are on their own, and I don't have any worries about them. And so I'm kind of just try to do my best for the city and for the residents in the city. And I think to have a healthy body and a healthy mind, and I think that's all we ask for. And so just be happy.